Hey everybody, this is Mike from ReMix Music, and today we are going to be taking my EVH standard and replacing the standard three-way switch with a freeway switch. This thing is awesome. Andy had it put to his EVH, and I think it's time for mine. So today we're going to be doing a video of Andy installing this really fabulous switch that not only goes three-way this way, but it goes all sorts of ways. So it splits the humbuckers into single coils. It gives you more tonal options. It's very cool. So once we get, I'm gonna play this a little bit clean, just so you can hear what these humbuckers sound like clean, and then we're gonna take this, stop the video, and then we're gonna show Andy installing this switch, and then we're gonna come back and play it with all the options with the switch. This is going to be a great switch. A lot of you are going to want this. So
what pickup are you on now, Mike?
I'm just on my bridge pickup.
Okay.
Here's the middle. Neck. These are great pickups, but I think with the freeway switch, I'm going to get that split coil option and give myself some more versatility with this instrument. So, we'll see you soon.
Hey everybody, it's Andy at the Mod Shop here, ReMix Music, and Mr. Mike Back has brought me his EVH standard to do a little modification on it. Now, one thing, I was messing with my EVH, and a friend of mine had a 10-way switch put on his Strat from the company Freeway, and so I thought, well, that'd be really awesome to do on a three position switch, to kind of give you an option that you didn't have to use stacked or push pots on the volume or tone. So this is the Freeway switch. You'll notice it's a little bit different in size. I want to show you the back of it here, because that's where the money is, right there. Look at that pad that gives me all the different options to hook it up, right? So that's pretty cool. Now also, I have to swing over here. I want to show you kind of the pattern we're going to use from Freeway. This is just a standard coil tap, and normally the pickups go straight to the volume and everything. On the EVH guitars, they go straight from the pickups to the three-way switch, is how they wired them up, and they didn't leave a channel to go down to the volume. It goes down to the volume from the three-way switch. So want to kind of alleviate some of the mess and some of the extra wiring. So that's why we're doing this diagram. All right, we'll be right back with you, and we'll show you step for step. Hey everybody, it's Andy from ReMix Music here again, and this is step one in changing this out on our EVH. I took our plate off. As you can notice, they've left us plenty of room in the EVH cavity. Normally in a Les Paul cavity, it's just a round circle, and on most guitars it is, but EVH is really forward thinking that way. So what I did was I used my handy dandy three-way switch tool and loosen this up. I'm gonna pull this out there. You'll notice there's all kinds of weird things happening in the background. That's all right. Just ignore those noises. And so I've clipped that, and I know that the long is actually the neck. I know that. And the short is actually the bridge. Now, what I like to do is I like to cover up the guitar like I'm going into surgery and get all this on top of there, so I'm not scratching up people's guitars. Excuse me. All right, for this next part, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my soldering iron, and I know which ones these are, but if you need to, mark the pickup, mark which ones they are, if you're doing this at home, or bring it into me, and I'm just going to take those loose. Now I'm going to leave the center position wires, which go out to the volume, connected right now, because I don't need those right yet. Okay, so all I did was heat those up, have my soldering iron about 474, and it works nicely that way. Oop, look at that. I left something hooked up, a little bit ground hooked up there. There we go. All right, so I look at those, and I shouldn't have to make a lot of changes. You're going to say, well, these are just 2-wire, Andy. Well, underneath here, I'm going to peel this back, and in the next section, I'll show you that they are 4-wire, On the EVH, the black is the ground, the red is the hot. And so we know that to be true. So I know that the other connections will be a different color. They should be white and green. White and green will be the other connections. And I will explain the poles on those in just one moment. Be right back with you. All right, so we're ready to start this thing up. But the most important thing you should always have when you're soldering, when you're working on electronics, is a cup of coffee. Coffee is the root of all success when it comes to working on electronics, and a hot soldering iron. So what we've got here, I've got my bridge pickup wire. So I've got my north start, I've got my south start, I've got my north finish and my south finish here. The EVH pickups are much like the Seymour Duncan wiring diagram, and a lot of them are about the same. If you look up here, I have a chart. It shows me all the different pickups and everything, with the exception of the custom pickups, of their wiring patterns and everything. So I like to keep that handy. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to hook the red, which is my main line. I'm going to go from B1 to B2. Actually, I'm going to B1 to spanning between B2 and M1. So I'm going to get a little bit of solder. I know this is going to take a minute. We'll do this in sections here so that everybody can see. Now, when you're working with a circuit board, you want to be very, very light with this. I mean, you want to get a good solder in there, but you don't have to cake it on, my brothers. It's all right. You don't have to get crazy with it. This one I'm going to do right in between there so that it spans both of those, because that's what I'm wanting to happen. Basically get both of those in there. There we go. So I've got that all set up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my handy dandy. I like using tweezers because I'm just that way. I'm going to just take this and I'm going to go boom right there on the main board. There we go. I'm going to take this. I'm going to do a little arcing so that it looks pretty, because I like it to look like the picture. I'm real bad about that. When I get to McDonald's, I want stuff to look like the picture. When I do stuff here, I like it to look like it's supposed to look. Boom. There we go. There, I've got my main hooked up. Easy enough, right? Okay, then I'm going to take my north finish and south finish, and I'm going to put a little bit of solder over here on this. I'm going B2 to M1 on this side. Oh, can you get in there all right? Because I couldn't see, and I didn't want to mess up your guitar, Mikey. Okay, sometimes when you get a little bit too much solder on something, it's good to suck it off there with a little solder sucker. There we go. There we go. I don't like to have too much extra. I don't want too many things going muck there. It's good to have a hot iron because it's going to help. All right, now, where's my little... I use these because it's just easier than burning your fingers off. Okay, there we go. I'm going across those two and spanning those two. There we go. There we go. Easy enough. And we'll do one more thing here. We'll do our ground, which is going to be right... Sorry, I'm thinking here. There we go. I'm going to go to this side right there. Boom. Okay. So, do 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 do. A little bit of music for everybody, entertaining. Yes. There we go. There we go. I've just hooked up one pickup. Outstanding. Oh, 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 oh. All right. We'll be right back with you. All right. Now we're ready to do our neck pickup. And it's a little bit different. We're going to span right here on the bottom side here. I'm supposed to go M2 combination to the N1 combination. So let's see here. Get you in there. Come on. There we go. There we go, right there. I can take you and put you right here. There we go. Nice little connections. Pretty little connections. All right.
Can we call you Bob Ross?
No.
Okay.
Can't call me Bob. There we go. We'll put my north and south finish right there. Basically, what these are doing right here, this is our main line, and these are the section that's going to tap. So, or split the coil. So that's going to be a lot of fun there. So now we like to take these. Just kidding. All right. Oh, I lost what I was doing. What the heck? Yeah, I'm gonna go right here with this. Kind of lost what I was. You know what? I'm gonna take a little bit of that off because that's a little bit too much. No, it's all right. No, it's all right. No, I'm looking at it. I'm sorry. I'm looking at stuff and I'm like, hey, it looks like it's a little bit much there.
This is why he does coffee, folks.
You know what? This is why I use tweezers too, because that hurt. I don't like it when it hurts. There we go. Just like that. All right. Now, what I need to do, if we look on the little diagram here, I've got a spanner from the CB, which is a ground position, to down here. What it's doing is tying in those grounds. So I've got me a pre-cut little wire that I'm going to do this with. And this will be fun. Okay, so I like to tie onto there. Come on. Ooh, that hurts. You know what? I got only a couple vices, and this is one of them, and it's really small and likes me. I got a bigger, you know, I don't have a lot of vices in life, but this is my small vice. Okay, I'm sorry. That was bad. That was like really bad shop humor. So let's get that over there. Let me grab some solder. Oh, there it goes. Well, we'll get that one on there first. There we go. And this one's already got some solder on it. I hate it when that happens, but we'll try to get in there where you guys can see, but there we go. Okay, there we go. Woohoo! Now I use my handy dandy wire that I have in stock, which is, you know, just stock guitar wire that I get from my supplier, which everybody gets from certain places. I get mine from CE, and I get some from Stu Mac, and I get some from different places. So take this up over here, just so that's out of the way, because it's all about how pretty it looks when it's done. And that looks good there. I'm gonna put a little bit more on top of that because I want a little bit better connection. It doesn't matter because it's all on the same plate. So there we go. Oh, ouch! Damn, that hurt. I just said damn. Don't say that. All right, there we go. All right, next we're going to take our leads, and we're going to reposition for this, so give us just 1 second. All right, you on?
Yep.
All right, so as you can see, we've got our connections on here. And what I like to do is I like to hook it up and do a little test. I'm going to pull the volume up on this. Got it plugged in, so let's just make sure we got sound. We got sound there. We got middle pickup, and then we got this pickup. Oh, yeah. Oh, look, it's a change again. All right, we got sound everywhere. So I'm pretty happy about that. We're going to seal this up and put it back together. Now make sure that you have your pickup position in the way you want it. So if you want neck up or neck down, just make sure you put that where you want it, depending on if you're Eddie or not. And we'll be right back with a sound test. Alrighty, folks, the final part of this is to hook up my connections to my volume pots. So this is my main lead out. Boom. There we go. And then I've got my ground wire, which I'm going to put, and I got rid of my little vise and got to a a small pair of hemostats. It's like, can you give me the hemostat, doctor? Nurse, hand me the hemostats. Oops, nope. I gotta get around this. I hate that when it does that. All right. Okay, we'll put a little bit of soda on that, then everything will be fine. Oh, look at that. See, I had something pop loose because I'm putting all this stuff right there, and that's popping loose too. Ah! Ah! That happens, guys.
Andy, look what came in.
Oh, we're in the middle of a video here, Ron. Give me a second. Okay. Go ahead and cut it. All right, there you go.
All right, you've watched Andy put this switch in, so let's kind of go through it a little bit. So right now, this is bridge normal. This is both normal. Neck normal. Now we're going to kick back down here and we're going to go this way and we're going to split our bridge. Now middle split. And then neck split. So I'm really happy with this, and I think a lot of you are going to be really excited to have this option for your guitar. So come in and talk to Andy about getting the freeway switch.
We can do it on Strats too.
We can do it on Strats too. So it's not just a three-way Les Paul type thing. So come in and talk to Andy at the Mod Shop, and at ReMix, we rock local.